Welcome back. School budgets are the topic of this month, and all of Sussex County schools will be voting on what they feel needs to be changed and fixed. I got the chance to sit in on Sparta High School's budget meeting and learned more about the changes they faced and what they are hoping will change with the budget voting process.
This is the high school PSTO meeting, and we're giving them a budget presentation for the 2011-12 school year budget.
Eliminating busing and adding a price tag to extracurricular programs have significantly affected the school's families.
Last year we had some significant budget issues. We ended up, when all was said and done, we cut about $8 million, maybe a little more than $8 million out of our budget, which had a significant impact on how we can deliver education here. We had to close the school, as you mentioned. The Mohawk Avenue School had to close, and in order to fit all of the students that were previously in 3 schools down into 2 schools, we had to, of course, increase class sizes. So that is one of the major impacts on our students, is by closing that school, class sizes went up significantly. We also had to eliminate courtesy busing. Previously, 800 students were able to receive busing inside of the mandated ranges. The state sets the rules as to what are mandated and not mandated, and this affected 800 students that had to now either make the decision to pay for busing at $437 a seat or be driven to school. So there's been some, numerous, the impact of that is significant, not just for the families that ended up paying, but also for those who had to arrange to drive to school, and then the traffic issues in the town as well.
The school parking lots are very crowded, as you can imagine, and one of the things we're doing in this budget year is we're offering a second question to allow the citizens to approve the busing of the youngsters that are closer to the school. And if they approve that, that should solve a lot of the congestion problems.
At the high school, we had to implement activity fees for our students to be able to participate in their co-curricular activities. $325 to participate in a sport or in the band, $200 to perform in the theatrical performance, the musical or the drama, and then $25 for any student to take part in any club other than those that I've just talked about.
What we've done in the athletic and co-curricular areas, we unfortunately had to initiate fees, and the fees were significant. They were $325 a youngster per sport. So we have been able to reduce those fees this year, so it's $100 per sport, so a significant drop. The school play last year cost $200 to participate in. We're reducing that to $50, and then all clubs and activities, a one-time fee to join all of them is a $25 fee. So it's a significant reduction. And again, and I'll probably repeat this message over and over again, that's contingent upon the budget passing. If it doesn't pass, we can't make those reductions, obviously.
We also removed all the co-curricular funding from the elementary and the middle school, so those students no longer have the opportunity for extracurriculars or after-school activities. The middle school and the high school had to be realigned to make best use of our buses. We took a lot of buses. We had to consolidate the routes as best as possible to reduce the amount of money spent on transportation. And because of that, we had to align the 2 start times of the high school and middle school. So now our middle school students are getting onto the buses at 6:30 around that time, which is a significant adjustment for not only for the students but for the families as well.
The school district community is hoping for some positive changes after the vote.
Well, we're very lucky this year based on what happened last year. Last year we had a devastating budget election. The school budget was defeated and it was cut by town council. We lost about $8 million in the budget. We had to cut 79 school staff members. So we are reeling. We closed the school, we cut courtesy busing, we cut initiated some athletic fees. So we were really reeling from last year's budget. This year, with the governor's increase in funding, we're able to include everything we have this year and replace a small handful of those 80 teachers we lost last year.
Well, fortunately, we were able to get some additional funding from the governor. We got some additional aid this year, and because of that and some of the other things that we were able to do last year, we're set up pretty well this year to maintain the staff that we have and possibly put back a few staff members, especially, as I said, at the middle school where the need is the greatest, and reduce some of the activity fees here at the high school, lower some of the, put some money back into the middle school and the elementaries to allow them to have their co-curricular programs. We're looking to see what we can do to realign the start times of the middle and high school, but that would be as long as it falls within the budget that we have right now. And we are asking a second question on our ballot to ask the voters whether or not they'd like to support the reinstitution of courtesy busing. Some of the things that we've been able to do, that we had to do to deal with the shortfalls of the budget last year, have had some good educational impact, and will continue to have good educational impact on our students. For example, the realigning of the two elementary schools to have all of the grades in one building. So, for example, the one elementary school has preschool through second grade. All of those students are in one building. So there's more consistency across grade level. There's more shared resources, and the staff is able to focus more on making sure that the students have everything that they need at that level, rather than having two buildings doing the same thing. So that's a better. I feel that that's a better educational model anyway. So that's a nice benefit to an unfortunate situation of having to close the school.
And the reaction from the students and family members?
The students are students. They react well to everything. They find a way to cope with whatever happens. As the educational leader of the school, I'm very disappointed with the amount of programs we had to cut, the facility we had to close down, the busing we had to end. That's very upsetting to see that go on all year long, and knowing it's causing a number of families trauma and upsetment is very upsetting to me. And ultimately, that's going to reflect on the youngsters in the classrooms. Some of our classroom sizes are ridiculously high. In the middle school, we have some classes that are over 40 youngsters in a class. You know, that's totally inappropriate. With the new budget year and going ahead, we're hopeful that that'll be reduced this year.
People have really pulled together and done the best they can for our students, and we hope that that's what they're going to continue to do.
All schools in Sussex County have faced changes due to school budgets.
One of the things that is talked about in the community is what we're doing in Sparta. We seem to forget that our thoughts are very parochial in terms of just what happens in Sparta. This is happening throughout the state. We happen to be in a budget situation this year where we've got particularly hard hit. We lost $8 million. That's amazing in a $50 million plus budget. But everybody in the state is experiencing some sort of a degree of financial issues across the country, even not just the state. That's an issue. The economy is an issue, without a doubt.
Up next, Hayden's car tip of the week. You don't want to miss it, so stay tuned.